Hey, everybody, it is Thursday. That means it's time for the Geek Chat. We have 6 brand new number ones to review and a certain super movie that we saw. So stay tuned. We got a full show for you.
You went faster than I was prepared for. It's going to be one of those, guys.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Little Black Beardy Des. And of course, the voice from above is producer Moonshine. Was it Mud Chop Kyle? So our producer. You're coming in pretty hot there, Rich. At the beginning, you're like eager and ready to go. I am excited for today's show.
It is going to be. I got a lot to say.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Triple B. Hey, Easy Reader. Welcome in.
Yes.
So as usual, we have a giveaway.
Yes, we always have a giveaway. And today we're giving away Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe by the amazing Pete Woods. It's a 1 in 25 variant. So yeah, you know the deal by now. Hashtag Geek Chat in the comments. We want to give this away because, as always, if we do not give it away, it goes to Rich's grubby little hands.
Yes, and this.
Yeah,
I love this cover. He texted me and I was like, "Ooh, I love this one."
Yeah, he was just like really Gorge, nice. And I'm like, "Oh crap, this is the one he's gonna want." And I was like, "Jeez." So,
hey, Paul. Hey, Eddie.
But yeah, we're giving this away as always. Want to say thank you. Also, quick announcement: we will not be doing a show next week because we will be watching the Fantastic Four. A new number one did come out last week, and we will be reviewing that, so definitely stay tuned. I'm excited. We're definitely going to the cover gives good hammer, yes. We're definitely going to be talking about that. I'm excited. We also might do a little segment on the following week that is like, which one we thought was better, because I think we're going to enjoy both of them, at least I hope so. But I really want to think which one was better because some people really liked Superman, and some people were kind of lukewarm about it. So I'm curious to hear what Rich has said, because it might sound weird, but we really have not chopped up Superman or gave our thoughts to each other. We really wanted to share it with you all. So we've been keeping our comments about it very, very light. So
just a heads up, next Thursday, I will be getting my own friend to come on the show, and we will be doing our own version of the Geek Chat where we're slightly less geeky and probably slightly less chatty, but we'll talk about stuff.
Awesome.
Okay, that's great. So definitely tune in.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say definitely tune in for Kyle's. What is it?
Wish.com Geek Chat.
No, I can't believe it's not Geek Chat.
Right, we're gonna go with Temu Geek Chat.
Temu Geek Chat. Okay.
So Triple B, yes, thank you for keeping it clean, because unlike on your show, we do not say words like that. We have to keep it a little bit PG. Just a little bit PG.
Just a little PG, unless something gets really under Rich's skin.
Yeah.
Like Superman. I heard he hated it. He hated it. So the first 30 minutes.
Before we do that,
yeah,
I want to say that I don't know if you've seen them yet, but Marvel has released a slew of titles starting this October for their new X event starring Revelation.
We're going to talk about this?
Okay. Well, no, because I don't know. They just released the last 4 books descriptions today, and I've only read a couple of them. But I cannot wait to discuss this. And we're going to do this in 2 weeks when we come back. We'll spend like 15 minutes or whatever going over some of these. But we'll also be reviewing the 0 issue of Age of Revelation, which should be here in my hands tomorrow to read. I ended up getting one of the variant covers that they sent, but they're bagged, and I didn't want to open the bag. So they'll be here tomorrow. I'll be able to read it, and you will be able to read it when you pick up your books next week. So, yeah, we'll be talking all about this new 30 35th anniversary, 30th anniversary of Age of Apocalypse and what they're planning on, and I have some
Gosh.
thoughts already.
So old.
Could I transcribe my comments from Friday when you brought it up on FOC and just let you guys read them verbatim on that show in a couple weeks?
I mean, Kyle was definitely letting that dimmer all hit hard because he was like letting it flow.
It was a full-blown Rich rant. It was great.
I was like, wow. Yeah.
I got to go back and watch that.
Yeah, he was really on one and it was great. So
I can't wait.
So
we got some more people. Hey, Unknown. Hey, Phil.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. So we're going to start off our conversation about Superman. Yay. And I cannot say that man's last name. Something
Corn Sweat.
Corn Sweat. Okay. So number one, would you consider him an unknown? Because I had no idea who this guy was when they first brought him out.
You have to remember, I'm not a big movie person, so they were all unknowns to me, except for Steve Lombard. I know him from Saturday Night Live.
Okay, so I knew the guy who played. I knew the guy who played Jimmy Olsen because he was in
Lex. Lex was the Beast.
See, Lex. Lex was like the most top billed person because he's the only one that I think has a really like sizable resume. Although I could be wrong, I did not look anyone up, and I do know that Lois Lane was in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which Paul, my partner, watched like the whole series of, and he was very funny because she looked so different in a non-period role, you know. So he realized it.
Fellas, I'm turning my speakers off, but I did want to say David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan, so Superman and Lois Lane, got paid $750K a piece to be in this movie. Well, the guy who was Beast that one time got $2 million. So that might be a little bit of an indicator of how unknown they were.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. So, okay. So again, Kyle has not seen it. So we're gonna have to do like one of these, or put in like a little Kyle, like a little Kyle, to say that he can come back. So,
in what world is this a K? What did you just do?
Like a little K. Well, it's backwards now. So okay, for Kyle, it's his name. Anyway, no, don't go forward. Okay, overall, I'm gonna give you my rating for it.
Yes.
I'll give it a solid B+.
Okay.
Solid B+. And this is after, because we saw it on Thursday, the opening day. We didn't see it on Tuesday with the Amazon Prime people. We saw it on Thursday, and it was a relatively packed house. And we were sitting there, and I'm watching it, and the euphoria was there, and so I was definitely much more like in it and super crazy as it was going. And then after it was over, and I actually started to think about it, you know, and I watched some reviews, and then I read some other things about it. And I don't want to say the reviews colored it either good or bad. It's just once you let it settle and you start looking back at it, no movie is perfect. And I don't know who you are, what'd you say? No movie is perfect. There's just various degrees of enjoyability, you know, and for a lot of people, that's a much more personal thing than what the masses say. So I usually listen to reviews and whatnot because I think they're fun and they're interesting, and maybe I like the cadence of the reviewer, but I usually don't let them color me that much. I'm going to go play it or play the game or read the book or watch the movie or whatever. I'm just going to do it. So for me, Superman was a solid B+. And I'll tell you why. I think James Gunn had a hard time coming in and making a movie that could, number one, not stand in the shadow of what came before, and number two, really set the tone for the rest of the new DCU. I guess the old DCU is the extended DC universe, because with DC and all these other things, it could be a different timeline for all we know. Those people could, hey Jabroni, hey Zax, all those people could still be existing and doing their own thing. So for me, I had to look at it as its own standalone entry into this new universe that James Gunn is cultivating. And if you take it from that lens and you look at the things that have come before it, which were Peacemaker, which I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, so I need to go back and rewatch that to get me ready for the next season. And Creature Commandos, which at first I did not like, but then after it started to move, it started to make a lot more sense and get a lot better. Okay, so for this one, I think that it was a good start for it to grow, and I think that's the best part about it. It is James Gunn planted a seed and is now allowing it to grow. I think that's why when we were in the Hall of Justice scene and we saw all the people that came before this, now we can talk about the people who were before, bring them back, and then introduce legacy characters. So we're kind of like, instead of being like right here with an origin story, we're like right here. So we can have a little bit of origin stories if we want, but it's not right at the beginning. It's not right at the beginning. So we have a little bit of, characters, a little bit of lived in feel for this universe. Hi, Kenneth. Hi, Bobicus. So that's what I liked about it. I liked it as an entry piece to this new DC universe. Okay, that's one thing. Number two, as a standalone Superman film, I thought it was decent. I thought it was okay. Superman did come off a little bit naive. And that could be he's only been on Earth for 3 years. Sorry. He's only been out as Superman for 3 years. So a lot of his ideals and stuff like that can seem a bit naive. And that whole scene between him and Lois Lane, I thought was some of the best dialogue and the best interactions that were had in the movie, in showcasing who Superman is in this world. I really liked it. But yeah, I spoke a lot. Rich, what were your thoughts?
So Bobicus gave it an 8 out of 10 as a film and 9 out of 10 as a reboot. And that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So couple things going into this. I was not a Snyder fan at all. In fact, during Batman v Superman, I fell asleep twice. Once on Coog and once on Dez. And the movie was just not for me. None of the Snyder verses were for me. So going into this, I had the little bit of hope that I have for James Gunn. I was really hoping James Gunn would lead this into a new direction. So, poor Kyle. Kyle is not. He's not listening to us at all. So something I really liked about this Superman film is that I used to go to comic book stores. My dad and I would go, and I would pick up an issue. Didn't matter if it was number 1. Didn't matter if it was number 87. Didn't matter if it was number 887. I would pick it up. The cover usually would make me pick this book up. This is what this Superman film felt like. It felt like we'd already missed the first couple of issues. And I was okay with that because that was the way I grew up reading comic books. I don't need the number 1. Something I absolutely loved, and we talked about this in the car on the way home from the film. It's like someone listened to me finally. We can have the origin in the intro. We don't need to waste a lot of time with it. James Gunn did that, and I thought it was done so well about, it was text on a screen. We did not need another origin film for Superman. There's been like a dozen. We all know how he came to Earth. So that's the first thing I liked about the movie. Second, yes, I have to agree with you, Des. He was a little bit naive. He was also a little bit weepy, but he showed a lot of heart. When the part in the film that really got me was inspiring Metamorpho. And he really didn't do it. Lex did it. But there is a part in the film where we see Metamorpho, and he is transitioned his hand into kryptonite, keeping Superman down. And Lex brings in someone who showed kindness to Superman. And spoilers, kills him. And what happened, really, that was the turning point in the film for me. It showed the side of Superman where he cares about these people, which the plot was a little thin because
that's why it's a B+.
Yes. So it needed more time. Now, if you know me, you know I hate 2-hour movies. A good movie time for me is 1.5 hours. That's a good time. I felt this movie needed a little bit more time.
No.
Because, listen to why. They needed to change things around, and this is why we disagree. We agree to disagree. The public reaction was too quick. Like, it was like, we love you, we hate you. But I guess that is the way our world is right now, maybe. That was what James Gunn was showing, is that your opinion will change in the snap. I thought that Hawkgirl got screwed because everyone got a really cool action piece. Mr. Terrific, I think, was the true hero of this film. He got the most action time. Guy got some action time. Metamorpho got some action time. Hawkgirl screams a lot and killed a man. Like, that's what she was known for. She straight up kills a man, and that's not even addressed. Okay, we'll go on from there. I thought that Lois and Clark's reactions and interactions were really well done.
Yeah.
I thought Jimmy having his chick magnet, like, there was a lot of really positive things about this film.
Yes.
And the use of bright colors was really shocking for a DC movie, finally.
Yes. There were a lot of the movie was very colorful, and I liked that a lot. Yes, I was the only person in the theater that clapped after that whole Mr. Terrific scene. I thought it was fantastic. There's a question in the comments for you, Rich, and it says, are you still the same way, or do you need a number 1 now? So, unknown person, I actually still can pick up, I put them away. On Henri's sale a couple weeks ago, I just bought some random issues because I liked the covers. So I still will pick up a book, doesn't matter the number, just to read it. That's just Same
how
here.
I was raised, you know. I also loved the coverless comics that they would get. They were like a quarter and you just read through them. They were great. Yeah. So yeah, I don't. Babakis says Metamorpho did such a good job. I wasn't sure about live action. So it's funny, that's his first time playing a good guy because he is Mr. I'm going to screw his name up.
Guy. He's always been a bad guy.
Yeah, he's always been a bad guy. He was how you say his name?
Zabakis?
No, he was the he would cut himself every time he killed someone. Batman villain?
Yes, I know you're talking Zags.
Something like that, but that's who he was. He was on Gotham, and now he was that. It was really good. I thought, what is your opinion on the belief that Superman was portrayed too weak? Zaz, that's it.
He was, but I think the thing that people are really forgetting about with James Gunn, and especially with James Gunn, who not forgetting or not realizing, is James Gunn is a person that plays the long game. He is a person that plays the long game. We just got the first salvo of a Superman movie because we're going to get 3 more after he's building up his universe. So you're going to, in the next coming probably decade, as the DC universe, the new DC universe expands, you're going to see him grow, this character grow and change and get stronger as he matures, as you say, as he meets other powerful and other superheroes. So yes, he is. I think that's why they overplayed him as being naive. They overplayed him as being kind of weak. They overplayed him as being, I don't want to say neurotic, but being way too and that whole thing with the dog, you know, with Crypto being kidnapped and he flies to Lex and says, "Where's the dog, Lex?" You know, stuff like that. You know, I think he was just letting his emotions run high. So yes, I do believe that he was portrayed weak, specifically in this movie, and then we're gonna have some kind of like grandiose stuff. I mean, again, this is all predicated on the fact that these movies do well and they are still financially viable. But I do believe that James Gunn thinks that, and he's going to continue to do that. Now,
okay, I gotta say something.
What's up?
So I sit next to Des. I have sat next to Des for almost over 15 years when we go to movies.
Yeah.
He talks, I talk. I don't talk loud. He talks loud.
I do not talk loud.
You do too. So at the end of the movie, spoilers again, remember, we get Supergirl. And she's a mess. And we learn, well, we kind of were hinted at in the film that Crypto wasn't his dog. So at the very end of the movie, this one screams out justice for Streaky because red cat erasure is a real thing. So as soon as we were done with the movie, Des starts plastering this all over the internet. He responds to James Gunn's tweets. And he puts this
over 200 likes and a bunch of retweets. Justice for Streaky. Crypto is not his dog.
No, Crypto's not her dog.
Sorry, Crypto's not her dog. You know, so yeah, I was very like annoyed. That's the one thing about the movie that I just did not like. I did not like that dog. I did not like that dog. I did not like that dog. I did not like the dog. I thought it was very weird that Superman did not use his heat vision hardly at all in the movie. You noticed that? And I was just like, why aren't you using your heat vision? Okay, a couple things I didn't like. Number one,
well, wait, like I have something coming up.
Okay.
I'm waiting. There we go.
Oh Lord.
So at the end, this is how much he did not like Streaky. He flipped him off.
I am not proud of myself, but I would do it again. Okay, I did not like that. I did not like that damn dog. Sorry. I just thought out of everyone they could use, that is his dog. He needs to be potty trained. He's gonna get someone killed, is all I'm saying. And yeah. So I did think that Supergirl.
Here he is giving thumbs up to Mr. Terrific.
Fantastic. You're the worst. Okay, so I forgot I even took these pictures. So okay. So I'm here for Supergirl. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It is my hope. Okay, things I didn't like about the movie. Number one, I didn't like the dog. You all know that already. I didn't like Ultraman. And the only reason why I did not like Ultraman was because it was too easy. It was too easy. You know? I thought it would have been a lot cooler if James Gunn had, and this probably was a set piece and they didn't want to do this, but if you're going to take the time to put in the Superman robots, you could have put in a scene in which you have Ultraman lifting up that giant ass key and then putting it in the lock and turning it or something, because that's one of the old school things about Superman is in order to get no one can get the Fortress of Solitude because there's this huge key that only he can lift. And I thought that'd be really kind of cool. But the whole clone thing was just way already there. How he was defeated, being put into the black hole. I thought it was really interesting that Superman's breath was strong enough for him to push himself, the dog, and the baby, and Metamorpho outside of a black hole with just his breath. That's pretty damn strong. I do hope that means that we'll get an actual Super Bizarro, as maybe that black hole kicked him out in a Bizarro type world, and we get a true Bizarro. That's what I hope. I always think James Gunn is planting seeds, so maybe that's where we'll see him again. That's really about the only things that really kind of took me out of it.
What did you think of the engineer?
I thought her reasoning was very paper thin. I think we're going to get a lot more exposition about her during the Authority, or the Authority movie that's coming out. So I hope that she gets a lot more screen time and is not just muscle, because there's a reason why she did not like him. And there's that damn dog. And then so anyway, I do think that we're going to see more of them. I do think that in the next installment of Superman, we're going to get Lex Luthor, and he's going to be a supervillain, and we're going to get that suit that he was in, that fist. I think we're going to get a version of that suit, and he's going to be in it, and he's going to take the battle to Superman. I think we're going to get a fully fledged, Legion of Doom type Lex Luthor out of James Gunn. I really think we will. Anything else?
Isn't it interesting that Luthor in this movie did not work alone?
Well, of course not. He's a billionaire. Why would he work alone?
It was different from all the other films.
Yeah, well, he actually had resources that he used. I never would have expected Luthor to work in a vacuum. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Des, Garfwong has a question.
Okay, let's see what you got, Garfwong. Des, were you the only one in the theater laughing in where's
the dog scene?
Where's the dog scene? I mean, I was more so like, I'm right there with you, Lex. Keep it in the chasing squirrels. The dog was a menace. How were you not? And then I someone online was like, damn, anything could have been better than a ratty ass terrier. And I was like, wow, like I didn't even care about the breed, but you're all like going on about like, I don't know. I would have loved, sorry, maybe this is just me, but my vision of Crypto has always been a white lab. I don't know why.
Because he's been a white lab?
Yeah, Crypto is a white lab. He's a white Labrador. Like
when you write and direct a movie, you can do whatever you want with the animals in it.
Yeah, it'll be streaky. James Gunn, if you're listening, let me do a Legion of Super Pets, and I will do that movie, and I will do Streaky and Comet and the Squirrel and all of them. I'll do them all justice. We would throw in Miss Lion for the Marvel fans.
I gotta say, oh my God, Mr. Marvel. So I gotta say, I enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see Fantastic Four. I just told Kyle we're wrapping it up, so we are gonna go to our first commercial break soon. I don't know when he's gonna listen.
Kyle, are you listening? Kyle, are you listening? I mean, everyone loves crypto because, like, everyone likes dogs. Well, not everyone likes dogs. I mean, I like dogs. Don't get me wrong. I like dogs. I think dogs are cool. When
you just don't want any. You have 2 cats.
Yeah, I have 2 cats. But like, if dogs are like well behaved and they don't like, and they're like, cool dogs, then yeah, totally cool. Let's run around and catch a frisbee. But if the dog was literally like chewing on his leg, like, no, that is not a trained dog. I'm sorry.
Let's make this argument real quick. Crypto is a small dog, and any dog under 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are pointless.
Oh, shots fired.
Wow. Okay. So Kyle, can you please take us to commercial, because I gotta drink some water to cool down or something? That was just fine words, sir. Okay.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.
Sure, comic books are beautiful, but underneath, there's something more authentic and exciting. The original art. See the pencils, the lines, the shading, as if you were there in the studio watching the artist work. Getting a peek at comics' backstage is easy with the original art experience.
All right, Friday night, guys. Thank you for being here. To be doing anything, the fact that you're here means the world to me.
Nick's pieces are always value priced with your budget in mind, for the beginning collector to the veteran.
And this is gorgeous. You got Aquaman and Mira.
Join the original art experience with Nick and our friendly crew of regulars, even if it's just to enjoy the art. Fridays at 7. It's all part of the experience.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
everyone. Welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And Little Black Beauty does. And yes, I guess I did get Ron Swanson to everybody. Thanks.
I don't know what that means.
That's a quote from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's a good show. You should watch it and reruns.
No.
I have a sketch cover where an artist drew the dog from Inhumans.
Okay.
Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Lockjaw, and it has Medusa in the background saying that quote.
Lockjaw is a big old dog.
A big old dog. All right, so we have our giveaway today. It's Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, which we will be reviewing in the third segment. Yes, can't wait to see what Des thought of this. This is the 1 in 25 Pete Woods.
Yep.
Pete Woods.
And he loved it. He thought it was really good. I just thought it was really cool too. Like, it was one of the ones that my eye got drawn to first, because I think it's just a very striking cover, number one, and like that focal point where it's leading. I don't know. It's just, the composition is really good. So anyway, I hope you guys like it. Again, if you do not put in hashtag Geek Chat, it will go to Rich. So please put in those hashtags, because we can't let Rich have anything good. So, so again, if you're just tuning in, want to let you know that we will not be here next week. In our stead will be Kyle. And he'll be doing a fantastic, I can't believe it's not Geek Chat, and hashtag Timu Geek Chat on that time during our time slot. So please tune in for that.
I was Timu Henri this week. I'll be Timu Geek Chat next week.
Yeah. So
you were hysterical. I love you and Jay. It is so funny. You would say something, and then Jay reacts, and usually it's with a groan, and then you just keep on going. I enjoyed the show.
We are very much Laurel and Hardy.
The way you shaded, I'll say shaded, poor Henri was so. We're not going to show it the way he does it. We're going to go slow and take our time and show you the cover.
That's pretty funny. That sounds pretty funny.
Yes, it was a good show.
But we will not be here, because we will be seeing Fantastic Four. And hopefully after that, we'll do a quick little segment of which we thought was better, Superman or Fantastic Four. Neither, probably not, considering probably for you. But anyway, but that definitely is a nice little segue into Fantastic Four #1, which came out last week. And we're going to review it right now. So, Rich, who is this by?
This is by Ryan North. A name that I'm kind of familiar with. I know from, I think, Squirrel Girl. I think that's how I know his name. Maybe.
He's been getting some other stuff too. I mean,
the artist was Humberto Ramos. I love his art, and I can't wait to talk about the art in this. The color artist is Victor Orlazaba. And then it's really weird. It says cover artist. I don't think he was the cover artist. I don't know what he did, but he wasn't the cover artist. Edgar Delgado, whatever you did a pretty good job. And the letter was VC's Tranus Lanham, because the cover is done by Humberto Ramos and Edgar Delgado. So I don't know. I don't know what he did. And there was a butt ton of covers for this, and I snagged the Scotty Young connecting, because, Scotty Young.
Thank you all for the accolades, Hydro Asylum Comics and Eddie. We really appreciate it.
Hey, Jay. Okay, so
her hair is blown out. She got a blown out do. She stopped off on her way. So it's a time travel adventure. So I'll let Rich start, because this is a very interesting one for me.
It really was. I enjoyed the art. So I like Humberto Ramos's art because it's really wild and exaggerated. This is completely toned down for him. People were not crazy looking. Like, he used human forms, and you could still tell it was him by sometimes, Johnny's in space and like his legs are all janky. But the art was very, very, very toned down for him. And the writing was kind of all over the place for me. But something I enjoyed was how he had them using their powers. I have not seen Reed use his powers the way he used them in this book. And I did not know he was Plastic Man.
He's not.
Well, okay. That's the thing. He was Plastic Man in this book. He became
A glider.
a glider. He became a boat. He used his arms as shovels. Like, and he used his finger to etch in a
No. He became, one hand became a hammer and its other hand became a chisel. That's what he did. I was like, yeah.
And now she has light and all this. Okay. And she's the leader now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yes, it definitely is a Glamour Shots picture. She's giving me full on Jean Grey, but she has no mental powers. So what? I mean, I guess it's a form of her will. Whatever. Okay, for me, however you're gonna write Fantastic Four, a lot of people either do it two ways. One moment, my cat is chewing on something. You can't eat that, little girl. Stop that. Sorry, she likes to chew on stuff. Anyway, the Fantastic Four is kind of weird because Reed is the smartest man on the planet Earth. Some writers feel they need to write it as a high concept sort of, what weird sci-fi kind of things can they get involved in. And then you have other writers that write them as a family unit that goes on adventures that just happen to have sort of like fantasy elements in it. Okay. And I think Ryan North is doing that. We're a family. Let's go on some weird adventures. And he's only doing a little bit of the hyper science stuff that some other writers do. And it just depends on your flavor of the Fantastic Four adventures that you want to go on, really. I mean, for me, it basically it had a little tie-in to Lord Emperor, or the Doom stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And so Doom casts them into various eras of time. And the story is they have to go to this Rock of Eternity thing, or the Forever Stone, and then etch onto the stone where they are in time, so that way someone can find them. And Johnny's in, he said the name of the period. It's where life is hasn't even started yet, and the Earth is kind of cooling, and so there's not a lot of oxygen. So that's his drama. And then Ben is in like the Mesozoic era or something with dinosaurs, so he's being attacked by dinosaurs. First thing we saw, Ben's skin actually gets a dinosaur, snags on him and pulls his rock across his skin. So that was interesting to see. He does have some weaknesses that were introduced. Fantastic Four, Reed is in the Bronze Age, and then Sue is stuck all the way at the end of time, where the sun is turned red and is about to envelop the Earth, and so she has to use her powers in order to protect herself. So yeah, they all used their powers in different interesting ways, and now it's trying how they're going to find their way together. So it's a very, very, very simplistic plot, which I think is okay for the Fantastic Four because I'm so used to them having these kind of like high science, high stakes sort of adventures, and this one is very, very like, it's very small, very I don't know. It's just it didn't seem as grandiose as some of the other adventures that they have been on. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
especially for a number one.
Yeah.
Like I think had we had a little bit more time before they were scattered.
Yeah.
I don't know the plan for this. Are you going to read the number two?
Yes. The reason why I'm going to read the number two is because number one, I really like Humberto Ramos's art, and it's very rare that I don't pick up stuff for his artwork. And the story has to really be like really crappy because I just really like his artwork. So, and like, why does Johnny Storm have a handlebar mustache? Sure, whatever. I have no idea why. Whatever.
Hey, did anyone in the chat? Is anyone reading Fantastic Four? Has he had this mustache? Is this new? I don't read Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I have never. Fantastic Four has always been hit or miss for me. So
Same.
I read when she turned into Malice because
Of course you did.
I loved that when she had the cutout boob window of the 4. That was awesome.
The 90s were a crazy time, buddy.
Yes,
but
it was.
I will be reading the number 2. I will be reading the number 2 because I like the Fantastic Four, but the problem with the Fantastic Four has, and this is probably a good thing and a bad thing, but it's the writer. It's whatever the writer wants to do with them because,
Easy Reader says he's had the mustache.
Oh, cool. I haven't read it. So it all depends on the writer. And I can't tell you how many Fantastic Four number 1s that I've picked up and then stopped because the writer was either they couldn't get the tone right. It was either way too much of Reed Richards is a bastard and he's always stuck on science and it's all like hyper science type stuff and it's like and I don't really want to read that. Or the family dynamic is just so shattered that it's just weird. So yeah. I don't know what's going on.
You know what? I'll probably pick up the 2 and see how it goes from there. But I don't know. This one's kind of sitting on the fence, I'll say. But I do enjoy the art, so maybe I'll just read it for that. Is that it for Fantastic Four?
That's it. Let's move on, sir.
All right. So next up, we're in the Elseworld stories, and we are basically, I think, because you know how I feel, everyone, I think this is a trademark issue. I think that they needed to keep Gotham by Gaslight under trademark. I have no clue where the stupid credits are, so give me a minute.
I will say something about this cover. If this is how they're going to be introducing all Elseworld titles now, I kind of like it. I like the little issue 1 on the top and the Elseworld. Like, I like that they have embraced Elseworlds as as not really a line, so to speak, but as a moniker for these sort of out of continuity stories. I really like that. I really like that. So that was one of the reasons why I picked this up. One of the reasons why I picked this up was because I liked the original Gotham by Gaslight, and I wanted to see what they were doing with the story.
Wasn't Mignola the original artist?
Yes, he was, and it was fantastic. The original Gotham by Gaslight is a fantastic. Or
was it Kelly Jones?
No, it was Mignola.
It was Mignola. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So for this, Andy Diggle, I haven't heard that name in a long time. He was the writer. Leandro Fernandez was the artist. Matt Hollingsworth was the colorist. Simon Boland did the lettering, and that cover was by Leandro Fernandez and Matt Hollingsworth. And there was variant covers, one by Bill Sinkney. I forgot how we were supposed to say his name.
Bill Sienkiewicz.
There you go, Bill Sienkiewicz. Which I wish I had got, but I didn't because I got this main cover, and yeah. So you picked it. What did you think of it?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it because this is completely. This is so. I guess there was one before it, and you really had to read that one before it to really.
What? The 10-page recap wasn't good enough for you?
No,
it was a waste of 10 pages.
I didn't like. I just don't. Whenever it's really weird for me when you take the Justice League and you put them into another universe or another iteration of them. Sometimes it hits and sometimes it misses, and I just do not like. I don't know, something about this just did not connect with me. The art didn't connect with me. The story didn't connect with me. Martian Manhunter being sort of like a lizard type person. The artwork for the Harlequin and the gang that was working. It was like, I know they're in the US and it's Gotham and it's supposed to be old Western towns, but it didn't like the vibe. It felt like the vibe of the Gotham by Gaslight was off. And it just wasn't what I was expecting from the book and from Lex Luthor and from Superman and from these depictions of these characters. And maybe it's just because I did not like Arfwan, like the one before it. Maybe I just need to go and read that one as really fully understand where these characters were coming from, because it really felt like I was coming in the middle of a saga, but not in a good way. And this was just honestly the reason why I picked this up is we were looking for a number one. I like Gotham by Gaslight, and I took a chance on it. And this is what happens sometimes when you take a chance on a comic book. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. And this one just did not work for me. I didn't like what's going on with Diana, Superman, and the whole thing about Kryptonians being almost like Atlanteans or something. And the portal being there was just throwing so much exposition at you as well. And then Batman was not to be trusted. And I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff going on, and none of it really made sense to me. And I just could not get into it. I just could not get into it. And sometimes people just can't get into comics, and that's okay. What are your thoughts?
So, kind of the same as you. This took a while to get through. My mind kept wandering, and that's the bad thing. I kept wanting to. So, I also felt like I've read this before. That when you're halfway through a book and you're like, this is not new. It didn't feel new. It didn't feel fresh. The characterizations were so weird. You have Oliver, Green Arrow, as Green Lantern, or at least someone who looks like Green Arrow.
That's
with a weird Guy Gardner costume.
Yeah, Guy Gardner's
it's belts
emotions.
And and then you have Kyle's symbol on the ring. That was Ion's symbol on his ring. We didn't even meet the Flash, whoever that guy is on the cover, or Cyborg.
Yeah. Well, this is the number one, so I'm assuming they're going to go on a grand adventure.
I agree with you. I unfortunately, this was a miss. I felt like I didn't want to finish the book. That's how bad it was. And then you knew Mercy was going to be in on it. You saw that coming.
And why was it? I guess, and Harlequin's eyes were they kept one of her eyes was kind of cockeyed, and I was just trying to understand: is that like a character trait of hers, or is this person not drawing her face right? I don't know. It's just and that's not a crack on the artist. A lot of these artists, I can't do half as good as half of these artists. Number one, but sometimes you're just kind of I don't know. So it was just a miss for me.
If you enjoy the Elseworlds and you enjoy stories like this, maybe pick it up. But I'll be honest, I'm not getting the number 2.
Yeah, me either. So
next up,
we have Kyle's back to the bathroom. Just kidding. Bring on the bad guys. Abomination. We're sticking with it, folks. We are sticking with it because, damn it, I want to see what Mephisto's up to.
All right, so this one is Well of Ages. It was written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. The penciler was Sergio Davila. Inker was Arun Jimenez. The colorist is Arif Prianto. And the letterer was VC's Travis Lanham.
Okay, I started the last one. You start this one.
Okay, I wish this was drawn by Kyle Holtz. I think, or Kelly Jones, or someone with a little bit more of a horror bend. Because while this was a horror book, this was a straight-on Marvel, old-fashioned, old-timey horror book. So if you like horror books, this would be it. And not horror as in Friday the 13th. This was a body made up of other bodies fighting the Abomination.
Sort of like what they used to do with Swamp Thing.
Where
it looks slimy. I had thought about that because I personally like the artwork, but now when you say that was the thing. Okay, when you said this is a horror comic, what's going on with the characters that the Abomination is fighting should be more horrific.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay, because this one felt like it was your classic DC Marvel superhero-esque comics. It wasn't like those classic horror comics or like the Swamp Thing or the ones where everything looks slimy and grotesque. Yeah, that completely would have changed the whole tone of this book.
Yes, it would have made it from just a standard file issue to something grand. Now, I am not in any means tearing down this artist. The artist was actually, I would love to see this artist on a superhero book.
On a superhero book, exactly. Huh.
Because he understood the assignment and turned it in. The problem was the tone of what I think Kennedy was going for and the end result didn't work in my brain. Oh, Kennedy Johnson. I'm sorry. Philip Kennedy Johnson, the writer. The ending even wasn't shocking.
Yeah.
It's the abomination.
Of course he's going to turn on you.
Trust him.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would rate this book. I liked it. I think it would, if it looked different, it would have hit different. Yes, Paul, kind of like Creepshow.
Yeah, that's a really I didn't think about
those
that.
old EC comics.
Yeah, I think you're 100%. I think you were 100% right. If
we need to get that. We need to get that on a sound clip.
Oh, that's you're right. I know it's gonna be on a commercial or something that we're gonna do. But yeah, I think you're 100% correct, because I hadn't really thought about that, because I was reading through it and I was like, okay, Mephisto's calling in a favor. He has to go kill these people. Bronski has to kill these people in Wakanda. He just happens to be captured in Wakanda, whatever. And so he double crosses the person after killing the guy and taking the souls out. So it's this pseudo continuation of the Bring on the Bad Guys story beats, but it's I don't know, like, and the story behind it at the end, like, I really hope that they're going towards something. Like, I really hope that
the woman.
Yeah, I really hope that there's something going, because some of them have been interesting character studies, because that Norman Osborn one was great. Was a great character study of Norman Osborn. This one was,
but you didn't like it because it was revisionist.
It was revisionist, but
character-wise, yes.
Character-wise, it was good, but I did not like the revisionist history of him, But again, I digress. But this one, I it's just funny. Like when you said it was quote unquote the wrong artist who brought in the wrong tone, that completely changed what this could have been in my mind. When you have such a horrific character like the Abomination fighting a supposedly horrific character in that thing in the well, it would have turned out completely different. It's very interesting.
You know who else? Bacalo, 90s Bacalo, or Chris Buckingham.
Yeah.
Or hell, even we're going to be reviewing Jay Lee. Like, I just needed something a little more edgier. But
yeah,
the story was actually not bad. So
it wasn't. And
out of all the Bring on the Bad Guys, this wasn't a miss.
Yeah, it wasn't like a bullseye, but it definitely was closer than the last two.
And what do we got next? Coming up next is
Loki. Not that. Loki's coming up next in Bring on the Bad Guys.
Yeah,
so I'm excited to see what Loki's gonna do.
This should be interesting.
Because what the hell? Like, how are you going to like make a deal with the God of Lies? And you're like, how are you going to make a deal with Loki? See, like, this is the one that I'm really like, I really hope that they get right, because you have two of these very strong entities who are known to be complete bastards. How are they going to interact? It can't be this simple of, go fetch this for me, Loki, because look, what is like, who? I'm not your slave. Like, who? You can't talk to me. Like, I'm Loki. What the hell? So, like, I want to, maybe it's like a battle of wits. So it's really weird. Like, I'm actually excited for that one, to see exactly what they're going to do and what they're going to bring up. That's interesting.
So, side note about Loki, we are currently watching the season 2 of Sandman, and Loki, Odin, Thor, they're all iterations of them. But it's really funny. I never read the original Sandman, people. Don't freak out. But this version of Loki was basically Billy Idol. Like, he looked just like him. So I'm curious if in the comic books they modeled Loki after Billy Idol. Back
I know back in the day, John Constantine was based on Sting.
Really?
So yeah, the original John Constantine was based on Sting from the Police. So in that era, is what John Constantine was based on.
Have you seen any of the Sandman?
I have not sat down and watched them. I want them to be all completely and finished, and then I'm going to sit down and binge them all.
Okay.
And given all the craziness that's going on with Neil Gaiman, that might not ever happen. So
right.
But that's neither here nor there. All righty, so we're going to head to commercial a little bit early. But when we get back, we'll be talking about, as Kyle keeps teasing, this ends tonight, as does this show. So stay tuned.
Hey, did you know that you're invited to an art gala? No, I mean the fun kind. It's SketchUp with Mog and Mel.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks again for joining us.
Featured guests talk about their new projects.
So it takes place in this fantasy world where the world has kind of lost its stories.
And life as an artist.
The hope was that you could make some amount of money when you exited art school.
While the ever-changing artist panel draws new works live in front of your eyes.
Oh, I like that. Working on this
And
shadow.
Sexy. Sex, dude.
You still got a little bit of time.
Ooh, Phil, that's dope, dude.
SketchUp with Mog and Mel. Thursday nights. Part of the experience. FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
I'm Little Black Beardy Dez.
And you got 3 more books and coming up. But first, we have Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. This is the 1 in 25 by Pete Woods, and it could be yours just by putting in hashtag the Geek Chat.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's that simple, folks. We do it every week. Tell your friends, tell your mom, your dad, your cousins, tell your cats. You don't have to tell your dogs, and you can and they can come and join us. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. This channel has been growing really, really large lately, and it's all thanks to you all. And producer Kyle's gonna say something.
If you can find a cat or a dog that can text hashtag Geek Chat in the chat, we'll give them the prize, because that would be pretty extraordinary.
They're pretty cool. Well, while you're there, Kyle, please let us know what other great fine programming is on the Experience.
Well, interestingly enough, coming up right after you, it's Ladies' Night on SketchUp with Mel and Mog. Even though Mel will still be there, I think we're going to call him Mel Ani.
There you go.
Mel Vina. Anyway, so they're having Ladies' Night. Then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Zach Kaplan is joining Matthias and I on the FOC show. Last week we'd had Ann Nascenti, which was kind of a huge deal for me.
I watched that. It was fun.
It was kind of a huge deal. But no, tomorrow is Zach Kaplan. And then Nick has so much art, he doesn't know how we're going to show it all. And I'll be real honest, he's blowing me up about it. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to figure that one out. So much art on the art show tomorrow night. We're definitely not going to get through it all.
I'll take some off his hands.
Yeah. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern on Nancy's show, Nancy will actually be selling The Age of whatever botched announcement Marvel made. The only book of which I'm excited for is the Stephanie Phillips one.
Anyway, and I'm still angry at David Gabriel about it. But Nancy will be selling the number 0 on her show tomorrow night, as well as other vintage and modern books. Then Sunday, I will be doing a live sale. The producer's live sale will be here Sunday. Saturday night, I will be very punchy after a long day, and we'll be pricing a new collection. So we'll be doing a hangout because of super chats. Guys, if you throw in your super chat, we're releasing all kinds of new stuff like new merch, new content, all sorts of things thanks to super chats. So throw those in there. We earned that in the previous show to hang out with me on Saturday night while I'm punchy, and you guys can influence the price of comics because I just will listen to you rather than look them up. Then Monday, we'll have Comic Collectibles. We'll have Second Shift Lunch with Jay and I, where we sell some books, talk some trash, sell some books, talk some trash, just like anybody who works second shift. Then we will have Best Coast Comics, the other show that comes to you from that side of the country, talking about comic books and other things there. So much happening next week. Big announcements coming almost daily next week because San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
San Diego's coming, folks. I will not be there, unfortunately, which is fine.
Right. The Geek Chat will be off next week, not at San Diego. Jen will be off next week at San Diego. It's going to be a weird Thursday, so stay tuned.
Cool.
Yeah. So, okay. So on to the comics. Next comic we're talking about is This Ends Tonight.
All right. So I want to let everyone know that I vetoed one of Dez's choices. So he sends me. He sends me. It's funny. I was watching Triple B, and you sent the text, and I was like, "Oh, going through the books that we're gonna be reviewing." So we got our books last Friday. So I read the House of M, giant size House of M Kamala Khan crap that's going on, and I was like, "No," and I said, "I would rather review This Ends Tonight," and he's like, why do you want to break it? And I said, because it's
almost over. I'm sorry, like I've never seen him this like he can be very candid sometimes, but it's never this candid. So I was like, why? It's almost over. There's only 2 more. There's like after this one, there's only 1 more. And he was like, it's trash. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right.
I am over them trying to shove Kamala Khan in a horrible story down our throats. But instead, we have This Ends Tonight, written by Jerry Duggan, Kevin Mao, Robert Wyndham, and the reason why I wanted to read it was because Jay Lee did the interiors. I freaking love Jay Lee's art. I have loved it since I saw it in an Executioner. It was X-Force, I believe, is what he penciled for the Executioner song way back in the 90s. And I have been a fan of his ever since. So colorist was June Chung. So I'm going to say one thing I'm kind of not happy about. You can list 5 names on that freaking cover, but you can't put the letterer. Without the letterer, you have no words. The disrespect is and the letter was Joe Sabino. His name deserves to be on that cover.
Yes. Support our letterers. Justice for Joe.
Justice for Joe.
Okay,
right.
so you were the one that vetoed Kamala, my lovely Kamala, for this. So you get to start us off.
I freaking loved it. Loved it. No clue what the beep was going on. By the end of this book, I was like, did I just do acid and not know it? Like, no clue what was going on. And that made me really want to read the number 2. Like, really want to read the number 2. Because I loved it. The art. These 2 are sisters, but they're not real sisters. It was basically kind of like
New Gods.
In the New Gods. Yeah, that's exactly. Oh God, that's going to make it in the commercial. I could tell you much did not care for this book by the look on your face. I loved it. An easy reader, I say yes. Just give her back to G. Willow Wilson. Stop with the whole trying to be a mutant. That's it. That's all I'm saying left about that. But back to you.
This was not for me.
This was not for you?
I enjoyed Jay Lee's art. I have enjoyed Jay Lee's art for a long time. I was not a fan in the 90s of his art. Not the Namor.
Really?
Not that, no. It wasn't until I started. It wasn't until Inhumans and the Century and that era that I started, when he really sort of like thinned down his lines. That's when I started to really, really get into his artwork. So yes, seeing Kyle says, when was the last time you got a full interiors by Jay Lee? Not in a very long time, because he's mostly a cover artist, man. So Paul can't wait to read. I'm glad, Paul. So yeah, it's your class. I don't know why it took three people to write this. I don't know if Jerry Duggan is lending his name to help some friends out. I think that's great if he is.
Because if you flip through the back with the other books, Jerry Duggan writes half the books that are in the back of this.
There's a lot of books.
He's writing a lot of books, so I think
good for him.
Maybe it was someone's
Guys,
idea.
Guys, this is out from Jerry Duggan's imprint at Image.
Oh, I did
Maybe
not.
that's why. I did not
didn't know
realize
it.
he had an Image imprint.
Good for
It's
him.
brand new. It launched with the Corpses book that he did.
Get your money, buddy.
Skybound gets a little Image, but Duggan's they need to highlight that.
Yes.
I need to talk to whoever's in charge, please.
Yeah. So basically, it's elves killing themselves. You know, elves killing each other. The glamour is wearing off.
Love it.
Lots of. So what I liked, what I really enjoyed about it, aside from Jay Lee's art, was the panel construction.
Yes.
It was not traditional panels.
Nope.
It was the artwork was very, very energetic. It was not classic at all. The deconstruction was, and the non-conventional panel shapes were really fun, and that added to the sense of like the kinetic sense of the movement, because there's a lot of movement in the book as they're cutting down.
That is the center 2-page spread.
Yeah,
that is gorgeous.
So in that aspect, I really did like it. But the actual story is definitely a been there, done that kind of story, which again is not bad. I mean, you know, there's only like 7 stories out there, so in the whole world. So if you can give me another one that's really interesting, good. But overall, I think this will be a much better as a trade when I'm able to like kind of ride the whole trip out, you know, and then at the end you're like, whew, what was that? You know?
Yeah, it was intense, especially so towards the end, you meet another sister.
Yes.
And from that point on, I was like, the hell am I reading?
Wearing masks, and it becomes like a play and like puppets, and I'm like,
it was so weird.
There's so much weird stuff going on. So I was just like, okay. So
I loved it though. This for me, if you are looking for a trippy book to start, I would recommend this.
Oh, and spoiler warning, it didn't end.
What didn't end?
It didn't.
Oh, this ends tonight. I know. Oh, and I love how they say it multiple times.
I know. I was like, roll credits.
I love that cheese, especially when a writer will do that. And so multiple times, the one sister, the blonde, would be like, "This ends tonight," and then chop someone's head off. It was so. I enjoyed this. It was violent. If you don't like violence, don't pick this book up.
Yeah, that's pretty bloody too.
Like lots of heads getting chopped off, arms getting chopped off.
And the guy's like. My arm! It was very silly. It's very silly.
Okay, which leads me to the next book, Ghost Pepper. Again, this one's from Skybound. See, you know it's from Skybound because it has a little Skybound guy on it.
Hey! Once Duggan gets an AMC deal, then he gets a logo.
Okay, so this was done by basically 2 people. Ludo Lullaby was the creator, the writer, the artist, and the letterer. The only thing he didn't do, Adriano Lucas did, and that was color it.
The colors.
And then there were a bunch of variant covers for this. Okay, I started the last one. You start this one, and I'm
So
going to
this
show
is-
a page that I really enjoyed.
So this is one of the ones that you asked for, and this person has done Battle Chasers and a couple of other image books. So he has
And
that
video
very,
games.
and video games. So he has that very video game sort of like loose, almost I don't want to say anime, but that very video game kind of artwork. And it's very stylized, and that's fine because it really the whole artwork feels like a video game come to life, and it's all around this sort of like, if you ever watched Attack on Titan, there was this monster that was terrorizing the Earth or this planet that they're on, and then they sent it to the moon, and so there is a theocracy that is controlling everything, and this woman is has a food truck, and she's trying to make her life in the shadow of these oppressive, theocracy, trying to keep everyone down. And then the guy who's trying to eat the noodles is this like, I think he's a cyborg. We're not really sure, but he's like super strong, and he has this creature on his back that kind of has to try to pacify him, because once he gets fighting, he's like super strong and he starts breaking all kinds of crap. So if you like that style and you like that sort of video game type of, that's how he stands with his blades, giving very like, he's like aura farming really hardcore in that picture. So you definitely will like this. It starts off like those video game fantasy type stories where you have like the main character, and then you're a wanderer and you're trying to wonder what's going on, and you get paired up with this woman who's like selling like a food truck in the future. It's a little hodgepodge of everything. And of course the guy's wanted, he's wanted by the people at large, and so now they are tracking him and her, and so she's like, what have I gotten into? And the other guy's like, I just want to eat my noodles. And so it's interesting. I don't know about its staying power. That's the only thing. Like, are these characters memorable enough on their own to keep us going? And I think at this point, I kind of want to read the number 2, just to see what's going on, because I think the artwork is incredible, and I want to see where these 3 people go. So that's my quick one and done. What's your thoughts?
I am glad I made us read this. Like, I really am. We got the PDF for it maybe a month ago, and Image was really trying to get retailers to order this, and I kind of was like, meh, so I didn't read it. Then you had put it in the thing, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. And I read it, and I'm really glad I did, because this is my other one. So this is the second book I would say, if you're looking for a new number 1, pick this up. I loved the art. I loved that people are different shapes and different sizes, and no one looks alike. It is not a traditional comic book. There is mech, there is gods, there are weird fighting robot things that drop from the ship above everyone.
Chubby people?
I love that it had a food truck, and then the guy who owns the restaurant was pissed at the girl for the food truck. Well, I hope she gets a fine. And it's like, the women really are boobalicious, because both women you see in this, their tatas are hanging out. Like,
they're covered.
Even on the cover, you can definitely
they're covered. It's tasty.
Oh, they're covered, yes. And then you have this guy who is ripped, and yes, he just wants his noodles in peace, and he doesn't get to eat them twice in a row. It's like a running joke that I hope continues. I can't wait to read the number 2. I really enjoyed this book. I loved it. I loved that the little guy that's sitting there, that is the guy that sits on his shoulder, and he is the one who makes friends with the woman.
Yeah.
Because Ash is the guy sitting, eating the noodles. He, like Des said, when his eyes turn red and he really gets into the rage, he's uncontrollable. So the little robot guy on his shoulder named Jiminy, Jiminy Cricket, Jiminy has to sing him a lullaby to sleep, and that's how he ends up in this woman's food truck.
Yeah.
It was a really well done story. Do I think it will last? It depends on where the writer takes these characters after the first arc is settled. Like,
yeah,
what's going to happen if we learn about Ash? Are we going to get a backstory? Are we going to learn her backstory? So depending on how this first arc goes, maybe it only is 5 issues or 6 issues. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm here for the ride. Like, this was one of the ones I really enjoyed. Completely different art than Jay Lee too, but I enjoyed both for different reasons.
Yeah. So our last book that we're going to talk about was my pick of the week, and it is fantastic. And it was Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. Fantastic. I thought it was a one and done, but it is not. It's like assuming it's like a 4-issue thing, probably. I didn't know that, because when it started to end, I was like, oh wow. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, so Jerry Duggan wrote this. Go figure. Javier Garon was the artist. Color artists were Jesus Abutov and Andrew Dahlhaus. The letter was VC's Travis Lanham. He is getting some work this week. I love it. And the cover artist is the always amazing Mark Brooks, who is doing Age of Apocalypse Disneyfied characters on his Twitter page.
They're really fun.
Oh my God, his Wild Child was gorgeous. His Jean Grey, gorgeous. If you don't follow him, go follow him. And there was a bunch of variants as well.
This book was amazing. Fantastic. The art, beautiful. The story, fantastic. Oh, it was just, I'm so glad they have a good artist on this, because a good artist can really make a book sing.
It is not easy, reader. Yes, it is. It was. Look at that. I didn't even know that.
Yes. It just, the book is fantastic. Mole Man, and it starts with Mole Man. Mole Man just being an asshole, waking up Godzilla. Godzilla comes in, shows his might by beheading a Celestial. Yes. And the facial expressions of the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards, like Garon, his artwork is just so, like, it was giving Kevin Maguire, just his face, the way he draws the facial expressions, the swipping, just all of it. Godzilla carrying around Ben Grimm, and it just, the whole thing was
Ben Grimm biting him.
Yes. Okay, Captain America's shield reflecting back his atomic breath. What the hell? Sure, okay, he should have been obliterated. It's just bananas. The whole thing was bananas. The new Avengers show up. The regular Avengers show up. The Fantastic Four shows up. Next, the X-Men
Street level.
What's that?
Number 2 is the street level one.
Yeah, the street level people are showing up.
If the powerful Avengers can't take this giant lizard down, what the hell is Luke Cage and Iron Fist and Deadpool gonna do?
That's what I loved about it. It makes zero sense. Reed Richards throws the fantastic
and who is this?
punch. What? That's Iron Man. Yes. Right? I have no idea. Exactly. I have no idea what era this is. When they said New Avengers and Luke Cage came out, I'm thinking, okay, is this back in the Bendis, days? Like, I have no idea where this is in continuity. And then Thor gets knocked into space. Just, I mean, it was just the most popcorniest comic I've read in a long time. And I have to say, the artwork just solidified how cool it was. Like the backgrounds, which is always harping on backgrounds, you get them. The colors, vibrant. The actual fear that is being able to show in the characters' faces is there. I enjoyed every minute of this comic because it really felt like the artist and the writer were in sync and they were delivering just a balls to the wall kind of story. I cannot wait to see who else gets in the crosshairs of Godzilla. Like this, I'll give Marvel credit for this by putting all those one shots leading up to this, an actual event, quote unquote event style book. Fantastic. Kudos for Marvel for this, and just to have top tier talent on it just makes it seem like it wasn't a cash grab, although it always is, because it's a licensed tie-in. But it seems like they actually gave a shit for this one, and I love them for it. Thank you, Marvel.
Wow, that was some high praise.
It was really good. Like the artwork was good, the story, while silly, was fun to read. This is why I read comics right here.
Yes. You know what I enjoyed the most about it?
What?
Quicksilver.
Yes, Quicksilver eating the donuts. What?
Quicksilver was actually seen doing something, and he says hi to his sister, and he continues to do it. And then eat donuts when he's done. It's little, and it's little panel pieces that the artist put in to add to things. Yes, I enjoyed this too. Not as much as you, Jesus, but I enjoyed this. I did. I enjoyed this one. And I got to say, yes, if you got the money, pick this up. Because I think it's a $5 book. Like,
yeah,
but it's also got a little bit of heft to it.
And it did have a little bit of heft to it. And I was getting sad because I was thinking, like, how are they going to end this? Oh, and they were going to send Godzilla to the negative zone. And he fucking said, he said, oh, hell no. Sorry, I'm getting too hyped up. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just thought it was a fun book. It's a really fun book.
Yes,
so,
I am.
So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, Unknown 869. I really hope you do, because I really enjoyed it. It was a really fun story, and I really hope, please, I hope that the number 2 is the same 2 people, because if number 2 is someone else or they take it into a different direction, I'm going to be very, very upset about that. So
interesting. I really don't know. I'll have to look that up to see if it's going to be different artists.
I really hope not. I hope this is a contained story and that we get to see, like, Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. And I really hope that he does. I really hope that at the end, Godzilla destroys, and it's just Godzilla floating in space and he eats Galactus. Like, that would be amazing.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for everyone. Thanks, everyone, for coming in, watching us, chatting with us. We love it. It is time for our giveaway. Thank you so much for your support. Remember, we're not on next week. Oh, hi. We are not on next week. We will be at the Fantastic Four, but Kyle will be filling in for us. Stay tuned for After Us. It's Mog and Mel. I got
Ladies' Night
this time. It's Ladies' Night. So get that last space case. You got it right in.
All right, Kyle.
Go for it, Kyle.
Go. Let's see who's gonna win tonight. Ooh. It was great.
Phil.
All righty, Phil. You are a wiener. And so Kyle is going to put into the chat a little link for you to follow. Fill it out, please, Phil. And we will send you out this fantastic comic. I'm sorry, Rich. You're going to have to get your own.
I'll get you, Phil. No, really, congratulations. It's a gorgeous cover. If you read your variants, crack it open. It's actually a good story too.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I want to say thank you so much again for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, tip your producer, as he does a lot to put this. He does a lot to put this show on, and we really appreciate.
Well, hell,
Kyle.
He does a lot to put the channel together. So.
That's true. Not just us. He does a lot for everybody. So we really appreciate you, Kyle. And on that note, we will see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.